Welcome to Open Up Forum, where we talk about anything and everything and give you a godly perspective on it. I'm here with Rob, Little Lion. There you go, and my co-host Ronald McConaughey.
You know it.
And we got a new engineer today, Wendell. Wendell in the house. Wendell in the house. He helping us out. I don't know where Matt at. He running the streets.
Can't fail with Wendell.
Can't fail when we got Wendell. All right, that's good. I like that.
Matt went to the HBCU.
Yeah, he got the
Matt, he's still running the streets.
What's the teams playing again? Howard University and who?
We got to look it up now. Morehouse. Yeah, HBCU. Give it up for the HBCU.
Yeah. We had the clap thing over there. You got it.
Nah, you ain't got to do that. Clap. But anyway.
We say give it up.
What's the topic of this?
We have to talk about it.
Okay, the topic is the public.
We have to talk about this. This that's happening right now. What's going on right now is important. We got to talk about it. All of this mad, crazy violence, plus how the Republicans all of a sudden is shifting the narrative all of a sudden because they punking out, right? We always knew they were a bunch of scaredy cats.
Let's catch everybody up, which I know everybody already know.
We knew the Republicans were a bunch of scaredy cats. They do all that talking, all that pop and smack. All that pop and smack. I tell them like this, man.
This boy always got something.
They need to stop trying to rub the sticks together because they don't want that smoke.
Okay, can we set this up? Can we set this up?
Set it up.
Set it up.
Okay. This is how we're gonna set it up, right? We had to change from the topic that we were going to talk about this week because this couldn't be overlooked.
It couldn't be overlooked. So I think we should name this topic
what?
Political violence, because of what happened this past week of the assassination of Charlie Kirk.
Was it an assassination or was it a sacrifice?
That's still in question, but he still was killed.
You know he was targeted.
Yeah, well, he was targeted by everybody who has a public opinion and exercise their First Amendment rights. Freedom are targeted. Yeah, because they talk about stuff that people don't like to talk about.
Yeah, but you know what I don't like about it?
Kind of scary though, a little bit.
You know what I don't like about it, bro? I don't like the fact that people are trying to make this guy a martyr. And I'm like, what is he a martyr of? I've listened to some of his. You've heard some of his material.
Now listen,
I've listened to some. What is he a martyr of?
Listen, I feel for the brother and his family and everything because
our condolences from the heart.
Yeah, from the heart. I deal for his family. I take my sincere condolences. But
Amen.
The man used to talk reckless. The man talked reckless, and he degraded a lot of people. He was only concerned with a certain amount of people,
a certain type of people,
a certain type of people.
Was this guy rich? Was he one of the
well
elites?
He ran a nonprofit.
I think he was very well off.
Yeah, I think he had some. He had some. He wasn't poor, I tell you that.
Yes,
not with the people he was associated with.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So he mingled.
That's where it's at.
He mingled with the Republicans, and
ain't what you know is who you know.
And he was a MAGA and Trump supporter. So he was well off, man. So my thing is the stuff.
Oh yeah, he was well off.
The stuff the stuff he proposed to people wasn't in line with God, although he professed Christ. This was my big hang up on him. He professed Christ. He lured people to Christ. He told people out front that God is more important. But at the same time, he would throw out messages of homeless should be in prison. He would throw out black people are not smart. He would throw out stuff like that didn't line up with Christ.
Just saying.
So he
would
profess
behind it.
Right. He would profess Christ, but didn't line up nothing. Trying to follow in Christ's footsteps.
Right.
Like he wouldn't live the life because he spewed poison. Basically, he spewed poison. And that's the thing that
Division.
Yeah, in division, amongst other things, and hate because of what he said. I mean, he said one time that if there was a black man that was a pilot, he would be worried. If he was on the plane.
You're saying he really spoke ignorant.
Yeah,
He lets his
ignorant.
ignorance speak. It sounds
Oh
like
yeah,
what you're saying.
and but see, this
because
is the
that's
thing.
just ignorant. There's no science behind that.
Look.
And to those guys,
It's proven of history. History proved itself that we have the intelligence.
Kind of just some past,
Yeah. Come on, man.
They arguing with us. We kind of did,
Exactly, and
it came from us. I mean,
But see,
there
we
was
just
no you
talked
without
about
us.
that earlier before we even got into the booth here about how we start things, create things, make things.
Mhm.
We're innovative,
Yeah,
and then other ethnic groups come over and they take it over.
right.
Rather than our own coming up to continue it and add to it and build on it, another ethnic group will come over and take it over. They'll do it. Break dancing,
Absolutely.
hip hop,
Rap music.
Yep.
rap music in general. Exactly.
Yeah.
Mostly
music,
the arts.
period. Music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
What was it? They didn't have the telephone unless it was the brother that had the piece that made the telephone work.
Yeah.
You know, and then I heard about the Wright brothers and their airplane and the brother that contributed to that.
Mhm.
So we always contributing to something, and then we're builders. Benjamin Banneker built the entire layout. He put the whole grid together for Washington D.C., the entire city.
Absolutely.
The brother, what's my man? I think it's Jean St. Pierre, something like that. Founded Chicago.
oh yeah.
Mhm.
I
Right?
thought that's where you were going with that.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Founded.
And don't forget they burnt the first one to the ground, and then
Burnt
they
the
built the
fountain.
second one.
This
That's
is
why
the
I
second
call it
one.
Second City.
Yep.
Right? You see?
But see, this is the nonsense he was spewing, and
Yeah.
and then on top of that, he was spewing it to even little kids, and he was going to college campuses, poisoning the minds of
Yes.
future
Generations.
generations. And this is why that's so disturbing to me, because we can't have someone who professes Christ and then turn around and talk the way he talked and poisoning our future. So my thing is, with all this violence, because this ain't the first thing. I mean, this is the most recent outbreak of assassination. I would say it's assassination because the guy he got his life taken. I agree with assassination, but it still sounds funny. People always, people gonna come to their own conclusions of why he died and who, but he even admitted himself that he got death threats all his life. I mean, ever since he's been doing this.
Oh, this guy Kirk.
I
This
wouldn't
guy,
say
yeah.
I would say he said it from the time he started Turning Point.
Yeah,
Getting
turning
political.
point. Yes,
Getting political in that, because
you're correct.
as I look at this, and it says right here that at the time of his death, his estimated net value was $12 million.
Oh wow.
And when you look at in 2016, when he started Turning Point, his salary was $27,000 in 2016. Trump just became president. He got close to Trump. By the time he got out of office, he had $407,000 was in net worth by 2021. So you look at that, and then he had real estate, $4.75 million near Phoenix, an apartment, a condominium in Florida. He sold a Scottsdale mansion for $5.25 million, which he had purchased the previous year for $4.75 million. How did you go from $27,000 in 2016 to, at the time of your death,
Came up.
$12
That's all I
million?
can say.
But
But you know what my problem is with this? If he said so much ignorant stuff about black people, right? And then a white guy
Hispanics,
shot him.
and
And
Hispanics.
But wait,
Hispanics,
this
too,
guy
yeah.
was white that shot him, right?
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
So, like,
Well,
do we have a point?
The guy that shot him
Yeah.
came from a household that was Trump supported.
Okay,
This
so
is
why
the
would they kill this
third
guy?
instance. Well, because I think this is the battle within the battle of the Republican Party,
Mhm.
because it's not just fractured. This thing is shattered.
Mm.
There's a war in the Republican Party. We have been saying this for the past year and a half. There's a war in the Republican Party. People in America are now starting to realize that this war is serious.
Yeah.
And we talked about this before in a couple of episodes. We said there would be blood in the streets. We did say that, right?
Mhm.
It was going to happen. And we are seeing it happen. And now you see these Republican leaders now all of a sudden they punking out.
Yeah.
Right? We told them to change their rhetoric a long time ago.
Mhm.
They're trying to put the blame on Democrats, talk about, well, you called the president a fascist. No, his father was a fascist.
Well,
Mhm.
President Trump is a fascist. I mean, you know what
His
fascism is.
You know what it is.
That's
You
fascism.
got to admit the truth, right?
Sure,
Yeah.
Sure.
So let's go back in
No
history
different
real
from
quick.
Hitler and all those other people who wanted to be
Exactly.
controllers. What do they call them? I'm not saying
Dictators.
Thank you.
There you go.
Yes.
Going back in history, right? We have had violent political discourse before. We've had animosity among the candidates before.
Mhm.
Since I've been
But we've
alive.
never had it on the level that we had it when Trump came in. When Trump came in, we had candidates talking about immigration and disagreeing.
Mhm.
We've had that before, but we've never had not one candidate that I remember in my lifetime calling immigrants murderers, rapists, thieves, killers. Not some.
Mhm.
Trump said all of them.
Yep.
He said all of the Mexicans coming into this country. Remember this?
Mhm. Yeah.
All of the Mexicans coming into this country are bad beings, no pun intended,
Mhm.
right? They're bad players, murderers, rapists, killers, thieves. He said Mexico is not sending us their best people. How you going to sit there and judge an entire group of people
Well,
on
all the
that-
immigrants
on that level?
aren't from Mexico. You got
Number
immigrants
one.
from all
Number
over
one.
the place.
Number
So
one.
why is
Yeah.
just saying
El
Mexico?
Salvador. You got
True.
Colombia.
True.
But they do come through. A lot of them do come through
Yeah.
Mexico.
Yeah,
Though.
true.
That's a fact.
But they're not all murderers.
Nope.
They're not all
You know what?
rapists. They're not all killers. They're not
I
all
don't have
thieves.
the stats on that, so I couldn't
And
really
if
speak on that.
any black man in America is ridiculously stupid enough to believe that, given our history
Mhm.
and what was said about us,
Yeah.
they should be ashamed of themselves.
Yep. That's,
They should be ashamed of themselves.
yeah.
Really, being honest with you,
That's a common
because
sense shit.
that's what that's a stereotype
Yeah.
that they put on all of us as
Yeah.
well.
But let me just ask this question real quick. Somebody told me that the leaders of the Make America Great Again
Right, Mac.
was Spanish people. The Proud Boys, maybe. You know, what I'm are the Proud Boys? Are they still together, or is that gone?
Okay, the Proud Boys is still together, but the name itself they no longer have control over. They no
Okay.
longer have possession over the name.
All right, but I heard these guys were Spanish.
Some of them were.
Some are.
They were
Some
Spanish.
of them
yeah.
were. The
Some
Proud
are.
Boys, but
So
Proud
that
Boy
means
and
he
MAGA,
turned
that's
on
two
his
different
own
groups.
people?
Yeah, they're two different groups. Yeah.
So he turned on his own people.
well, one of the biggest.
They helped get him in here, and then he turns on them. Is that what we're saying?
Well, he was born in America. He was born in America, right?
Who's that?
Eric, I think his name. What that dude name?
With the Proud Boy.
Yeah, he's a
Look it
he's a
up.
Spanish dude.
But I don't know.
All right, let me see that. But
But my thing is, yeah, we
let
say.
me look that up real quick.
But see, this is why in a previous show I said it's leadership.
Enrique Tarrio.
Yeah.
Enrique Tarrio.
Spanish guy.
And there's a new he's not new, but the next guy, the head guy in line after Charlie Kirk, I think, is Nick Fuentes for the far right, Republican radicals. His last name is Fuentes,
Mm.
and he's a racist. He says a lot of things that Charlie Kirk was saying.
Mhm.
Now, I have always asked this question. Do these people know that they're psychologically messed up? Because if your name is Tarrio, if your name is Fuentes, and you are falling in line with the Republican agenda, which happens to go against your own ethnic group,
Mhm.
something is wrong with you.
Something definitely wrong. Something is
Can't
definitely
argue with
wrong.
that.
Yeah, something's definitely wrong. So this is why I said this political violence is not just last week. It's been oncoming since I think January 6th. because January 6th,
You talking about the insurrection?
Yeah, people stormed the Capitol,
Mm-hmm.
seeking to get in to make wrong what they thought was wrong about the election,
Which turned out to be correct all along. Here's the thing. Here's the thing, man. Here's the thing that's messing everybody up about that. Right? They got a hold of the emails from all of the parties that was promoting the big lie. That's the big lie. If you don't know what the big lie is, that's the big lie. The big lie is the election of 2020 was stolen.
Mm-hmm.
It was rigged. It was stolen.
Yeah.
That's the big lie.
Yeah.
They got a hold of the emails from all of the key players. Rudy Giuliani, Jessica Powell, the dude, I think his name Mark Meadows, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
They got a hold of all of those, everybody that was involved in that. And in those emails, as they texted and emailed each other, the conversations they had, they all to a person was admitting it was a lie.
Yeah.
Trump was steering this ship, right?
Mm-hmm.
He had the helm.
Yeah.
He has control. And this is something that he put in place, he put in motion.
Yeah. For them to storm the castle.
And
Capitol.
And the people who stormed the castle, what we said, right?
Yes, to storm the Capitol.
They came in there
Capitol
with the whole purpose, and they had bloody intentions too.
Oh yeah.
They were going to kill who was in there if they could find them, because they were really trying to get Mike Pence.
They had weapons on them?
They had weapons.
Yeah.
They had weapons. Yeah.
Before
Now they tried to tell you there was no weapons. There were weapons.
Uh-huh.
There were weapons. And some of those weapons were man-made weapons.
Yeah.
Some of them were anything that they could use as a weapon, like the flagpole. They could use that as a weapon because you got the little eagle at the top with the point and everything like that. So they all were under the impression that because Trump said it,
yeah,
this was legitimate. And this is what happens when you just don't research anything. You just go with what somebody says. You believe wholeheartedly in them like that.
Mm-hmm.
Come to find out that through all the text messages, the emails, the conversations they had, all of that stuff that was documented, all of that was a lie. That's why people were calling it the big lie from the beginning. Democrats were saying it was not true. But the right, and especially Fox News, was trying to hammer this home. Oh, it was questionable. It was a questionable election. This is where the hate and the rhetoric kept coming in.
Right.
This is where the divisiveness kept taking over. Democrats can't be trusted. Liberals, are wicked, evil people. But they never stormed the Capitol, right?
Nope.
I mean, you go back to the 70s, maybe the 80s, I think they did something. It was the 60s, 70s, or 80s. They did something where they blew up the Library of Congress, I think they blew up. After that, you don't hear anything from them.
Nope.
Who's doing all of this violence in this country today?
To me, he's promoting more violence. The leadership we have.
Yeah.
Helping his administration.
His job is to unite the country, not divide the country.
Exactly.
That's the job of the president.
That's the job of the president. He's supposed to be he's supposed to be like a wedge between the Democrats and Republicans, bring them together to make better decisions for the people of America.
Mm-hmm.
So, but he's not doing that. He's keeping it at a place where it's the Republicans versus the Democrats.
And the rich against the poor. Too.
Yeah.
You can't leave that
But
out.
see, they ain't gonna do that. They ain't gonna say that out loud.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want rich versus poor to come out. They'll prefer to have a republic because this is what the Republicans want.
Mm-hmm.
But they ain't gonna say the Republicans also want that money.
I'm
and
trying
the rich
to tell you,
want to stay rich and dang with the poor.
those of us that can see can see. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
How do you go from 27,000 to 12 million?
How many years was that?
You talking about 2016 to today, 2025, right? That's 9 years.
He came up hard. I don't know. He
9
came
years.
up big, I guess.
It came up.
It brings me to Jeffrey Epstein.
Like, how old is this guy though?
He was 31 when he died.
31. Okay.
So you figure Jeffrey Epstein, he also came up like that. Started out, I think he came from New York or something like Brooklyn or something like that. I'm not sure. But he didn't have a whole lot of money coming up.
Mm-hmm.
But then when he started rolling with the rich and his criminal enterprise, sex trafficking, he was able to bid on mansions, man.
Did he buy an island?
He had an island. Yes, sir. He had an island.
Guy got his own island. I mean,
come on now.
You can't get no more rich than that.
How can you not see this is rich versus poor?
Yeah.
How can you not see that?
We can see it, but they don't want that in public.
Yeah.
The rich is trying to, all them rich, 1%, them jokers, they trying to stay quiet as cat. Let him do what he do, because we getting richer. Let him do what he do. They ain't what the people want.
No. Forget what the people want.
Yeah, forget what the people want.
And now they're trying to make this guy out to be a martyr. That's why I keep asking the question. A martyr of what?
Yeah.
Because the average man, if he was still making like 35, 47,000, something like that, maybe 80,000, maybe 90, even 100,000, I'll go that far, right? I'll even go 200,000. If he was in that bracket, I'll say, okay, yeah, he died amongst the people. But you're talking about a net worth of 12 million? He's not amongst the people. He's in the elite.
So who was he a martyr
He's in the
for?
rich.
Like you said, who was he a martyr for?
Who is he a martyr for? Now they like to talk about him being a Christian, but as Sean just broke it down, the things that you heard a white Christian nationalist, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I talked about this, and we did a podcast, man, about 5 years ago, maybe, right? Right? Maybe
we ain't been on that long.
Is it have we? When we was over in
he's in Linden.
In Linden.
Yeah,
it was one of the early shows we did. Yeah. And I talked about Wu-Tang.
Yeah, Wu-Tang.
No, not Wu-Tang.
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 W-O-T-A-N.
Okay.
Will of the Aryan Nation.
Okay.
Remember that episode?
That was a while ago.
That was a long time ago.
Was we in Linden?
We were in Linden. We were in Linden.
Yeah, we had been.
We was in the back room.
Yeah.
Way back then. Long time ago.
Upstairs, downstairs.
Downstairs with Nas.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and in that episode, we talked about how we had to look out for their doctrine. In their doctrine, we find out today, the Wu-Tang doctrine, will of the Aryan Nation, is Project 2025.
That's it.
It is Agenda 47, right? And now you see that this thing was financed. This thing was perfectly put together.
Yeah.
They took some time with this.
Oh, yeah.
This was built together over a decade and they went through the history of it. And like you just said, the rich don't want people to know this stuff, right? So they put their middlemen out there as their mouthpieces for them. See, so the middlemen catch all the flack, while the rich keep to say, "But my hands clean." But they got the dirty money.
Yeah, yeah.
It's never been about black and white, like we said before. That's a byproduct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right?
So
it's never been about Democrat or Republican. Again, byproduct. Yeah. Right. They use that as a tool.
Yeah. They put that out in the front.
It's always been rich versus poor.
Yeah.
Because the poor want to get what the rich have.
Yeah.
They don't want to take over what the rich have. They just want to get some what the rich have, so they can have for themselves.
Yeah.
But then you got the rich that don't want to part with anything. They don't want to give up anything.
Yo,
so
maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm not thinking right, but okay, they need a middle class, right? I mean, they need a middle class.
That's why the middle class was created, right?
Somebody has to do the work of the rich. You understand? So you need a middle class. Who's going to do the work for the rich?
That's why the middle class was created.
That's what the middle class is. They work. That's it.
They were designed.
They don't read. They're barely educated. You know what I'm saying?
They were designed to keep the poor at bay, kind of like keep them in order. So you get a real, it's like on the job. You got the boss, and then you got the supervisor, and then you got the workers. The supervisor's job is to be the mouthpiece for the boss, right? Keep the people in work at bay and keep them happy. And that's one of the reasons why unions was formed. Because you had to stop the boss from just running roughshod over the people,
abusing the workers.
Right. And we find out that's one of the reasons why the police force was created, because you wanted to kind of like try to rein in some of the violence that was taking place against the poor, that was being done by the rich, who was ordering the middle class to do these things. Now, here we are in this situation here where this violence, this political violence, is coming back to these people who have been, can we say, overusing it? Maybe.
I think the political violence. Yeah. But I think the political violence is created by them and put the blame on other places. For instance, this is not the only instance here. I give you an example of January 6th. Now, come a little bit to date, you have Nancy Pelosi's
husband
got attacked.
I remember that.
You remember that? She wasn't home.
They shot a bunch of different people. I forgot about that. Yeah.
And then you had, I think it was Minnesota, some Congress.
The guy who came to New York and shot the guy in New York and went back down.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, so a lot of people are dropping. I didn't even realize it.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
Sign all that in.
Let me remind you.
Were they all Republicans that got killed?
Nah, I'm telling you.
Because remember they went down to some people's house and shot his mother. Shot the woman and the man.
Yeah, that was.
Were they Republicans?
I was just getting ready to mention them.
Okay.
They were Democrats.
They were Democrats.
But
Nancy
the
Pelosi
guy who shot him,
Democrat.
Look, the guy who shot him was Republican. He was a MAGA.
See the problem?
Yeah.
The kid that just assassinated, or you supposed to say
man,
targeted.
this guy was a kid.
So, and then you got your
21,
president.
22.
Then you got your president come out, talk about this. What happened to Charlie Kirk was a tragedy, but he came out and said it, right? But he didn't mention those Democrats that got shot.
Yeah.
Right.
And what's
So
worse,
he ain't mentioned that because he ain't mentioned everybody. He just mentioned who he wanted to mention.
right.
And that was I
That's
believe
the story
that
in
was
itself.
yeah. I believe that was done purposely because he don't like Democrats.
You know,
Plain
he's divisive.
Wait, but didn't he used to be a Democrat?
Back in the day,
Democrat
back in the 70s, maybe.
Yeah, he thought about running as a Democrat when he was trying to make up his mind to when he was running. He thought about running,
like,
and he said, "Nah,
you can't do that."
And he went as a Republican.
And he won.
Yeah.
So
this country is in really bad shape.
Yeah, especially with this guy at the helm.
Yeah,
That's why I scream leadership. About
you can scream it again because that's
leadership.
Charlie Kirk's situation coming out of the president's acknowledging of his death. This was very embarrassing. I felt for Charlie Kirk's family in that moment.
Yeah,
because this was like, you know how you throw a lob ball across a plate and you should just be able to
hit it out the park.
Yeah, that's what the media did. The new reporters asked the president. He said, "Yeah, President Trump." They said, "How do you feel? About now? How are you doing after hearing the news about Charlie Kirk's assassination?" He said it was an unfortunate thing. But we got all of these trucks and all these things over here. These people, they're coming to see to finish building this Rose Garden. It's going to be called the Rose Garden Club. It's going to be worth billions of dollars. We're going to bring. So he shifted from that to some personal project in the White House. Wow. And I'm sitting there saying that is just disrespectful, bro.
Yeah.
That goes to show you this guy he's lost. If he really was tight with Kirk and his family like that, you're going to take the time not to tweet about it. You know what I'm saying? Not to put it on social media. You're going to take the time to address the country because you're hurting here. That dude wasn't hurting here. And Kirk wasn't even here on his mind because he flipped that reporter off just that fast and started talking about the Rose Garden Club, a project, which wasn't a Rose Garden Club at all because he took up the Rose Garden, put cement down there, and they're going to sell $1 billion seats to rich people and have parties. And I'm sitting there saying to myself, man, if I was like his brother or his cousin or his father, even if I was his son or something like that, I'll be angry.
Yeah.
I will be very angry because that is the ultimate sign of disrespect coming from the president of the United States, a president who said he was close with him. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it's crazy.
If you don't believe me, go check out the video. It's like maybe 3 seconds. 5 tops, I would say.
Yeah. But you did you hear the Fox News interview he did with that Thursday, I think he did Thursday morning when they found out, or yesterday morning.
What happened? I didn't hear the interview. What happened?
When he they found out the killer who was the shooter.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what Trump said right immediately when they thought they had the guy.
Nah, not that one.
Oh, okay.
When they finally caught.
When they finally caught him.
The shooter's name is Tyler Robinson.
Oh, okay.
He went on Fox News. He was like the first one to know. They said, well, what's the condition of the country now? They asked him, what was the condition of the country? And he was like, well, this is what he said. This is verbatim. I ain't quoting the guy. But he said that the Republicans want to stop crime. Mm-hmm. We want to stop crime. The right, and then he said, but the radical left does not, and they're very dangerous.
There you go. That's the problem.
So it makes sense that they don't want to stop crime because a lot of those rich people are invested in prison.
It's not like
rich people want crime. Rich people benefit from crime.
But what I'm saying is he put this.
If there was no crime, there'd be no country.
But what I'm saying is
how many jobs?
Let me get to what I'm saying.
Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
Let me get to what I'm saying.
Go ahead. Sorry.
What I'm saying is, instead of reducing the violence and try to keep it contained, he called for more violence by putting the blame on the far left.
And he was again completely wrong.
Exactly.
He was wrong the first time when they thought they had the suspect. Oh, he was a radical left. Yeah, some kind of Democrat,
So he calling for more violence. This is what I'm saying. Yeah. Because he's blaming the whole Democratic Party. Mm-hmm. He's blaming them for they're not getting on board with the far right. Mm-hmm. So how you going to see this? Like we said in the beginning, that's not the president's job to do, to keep the division going. He's supposed to be bringing these two parties together for the people of the United States. He's not doing that at all. He's not doing that at all. He's causing division between the people of this country.
Yes, he is.
He's causing division, and that's why I said it's chaos. That's why you're seeing all these shootings every day. He's promoting it. He's promoting it.
Yes, he is. And to your point about that, he's promoting it because he knows that if he doesn't do it right now, the elections of 2026,
yep,
he will be gone.
Now, this brings me to my question.
What's that?
How does this political violence affect the citizens of this country? That's
go ahead, Rob.
You're gonna throw it off on me.
That's the question.
I got you.
Do you have an answer, or are you waiting for an answer?
I want to hear your answer because
you know what? I would like to hear his answer because that's a great question. But yes, of course, how does it affect?
Because to me, by normalizing violence, you're bringing emotions in your citizens. You're bringing emotions of fear. You're bringing emotions of fear, and then revenge for one.
Definitely revenge.
Yeah, fear, revenge, and just being uncomfortable. Just being uncomfortable. Now, when it comes election time, who you gonna vote for?
Well, not this guy again, I hope.
No, I'm talking now, because in 2026, the elections for the House, they're gonna be
right.
New people coming in.
Yeah.
And now
and that's important to get your people in there.
Because right now it's dominated by Republicans.
So
the House is dominated by Republicans. The Senate is dominated by Republicans. This is why you don't see the only fight you see is from the actual people who protesting
every day. Every day. And I gotta take my hat off to the people that's continuing to protest every single day.
That's the only fight you can see because
the
the Congress is limited. The Democratic Party is limited because they could come up with solutions, but they won't pass because of the Republicans.
Because they have no spine.
Yep.
These cats call themselves men, but they're not wearing no pants.
And it's
all about the money, man.
And it's some Republicans who don't agree with Trump, but they're not gonna go against him because of the party,
unless they're gonna resign, or retire, right? So my answer to that question would be this: it adds another level of consideration to the vote. It makes the vote that much more serious.
That much more serious.
Because now, if you want to continue on this path of political violence, then you're going to continue to vote for Republicans. But if you want to stop it, you're going to vote independent or Democrat. You're going to either vote Democrat or independent. Because, and especially now that you see the Republicans don't have any kind of backbone, now you see that these guys are just sitting out there and they punking out, talking about, we need to end the violence. You're the ones that started this.
Yeah.
You're getting what you created.
Yep.
Right? This is your Frankenstein.
Yeah.
You follow
what I'm saying? Your monster.
You put a madman in the house, it's going to take some mad men to get him out.
Yeah. Yeah. Y'all going to stand up to him.
Now you have this situation here where he's going to try to continue to push that violence, political violence, separation, division. He wants to try to stoke that fear, keep it going.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. That's his main purpose, but keeping this political violence going, to keep everybody off kilter and want to either fear or revenge. Right?
Right.
Because that works in his benefit.
Right. So what's going to happen is, as the people go out and you're seeing more and more people, again, I take my hat off to the people that's leaving Trump Station, getting off the train, getting out of Trumpville, they're departing the Trump support platform. They're getting away from Trump. Again, his base is shrinking more and more and more and more. And a lot of that has to do with the economy.
Yes.
But a lot of that has to do because they're no longer allowing themselves to be fooled, to be deceived, because they see that there's a history to everything.
Yeah.
And they're now paying attention to, wait a minute, this reckless political rhetoric didn't start, yesterday, last week. It didn't start with Biden. We didn't have that with Obama and McCain when they ran. We didn't have that Obama and Romney when they ran. Come on, man. Right. We didn't have that with the Bushes when they ran. Come on, man. We didn't have that with Reagan when they ran. But we had it with Trump when he ran. Yeah. And so people are starting to pinpoint this thing. They're starting to narrow it down and say, wait a minute. This guy came in and he changed the game. But look at how he changed it. And so when 2026 elections come around, you're going to see more and more people voting against the Republican Party. And this is Trump's fear. This is why he's doing what he's doing. Because he knows that if he doesn't have the numbers in the House and the Senate, they're going to vote him out by impeachment. Not just vote for him to be impeached, but they're going to actually vote to remove him.
Yeah, just to remove,
remove him.
But
and then you know what? I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say this right here. Hear me out, America. Hear me out. J.D. Vance is on thin ice. Have you noticed you don't hear too much from J.D. Vance?
Yeah.
The last thing you heard from J.D. Vance was what? Outside of the Kirk thing. The last thing you heard about the presidency and J.D. Vance, what did he say? I'm ready to take over.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, he did.
That's a warning shot to Trump. Yeah. That's a warning shot.
If anything may happen to him,
I'm ready to take. That means he's ready to get Trump out of there.
Yeah.
Because unlike Pence, and Pence was my dude, I told you that. Unlike Pence, Vance ain't going to pass on that opportunity to be president, bro. He going to take that opportunity. He's not, because you know why? He's younger than Trump. He has that demographic. They will be willing, I will say this, they will be willing to support him more than they will be willing to support Trump. Because Trump is, everybody knows it, he's cognitively declining.
My thing is, I said I can see the youngness and everything, but to me, he ain't show no backbone.
That don't mean he won't. That don't mean he's not cutthroat.
He ain't show no backbone.
Because he's in a position right now to be cutthroat.
Is he?
Let me ask you this.
Let me ask you this.
Let me ask you first.
Okay, good.
If you were in his position, would you take that chance to be president? Know that you got that right there at your reach, within reach?
Oh yeah, you would have to, but at the same time, as me sitting here looking from the other side, would I let him be the president? Would I vote for him? No.
But guys, am I wrong here?
No, but this is not a voting thing.
But listen,
why isn't it?
Because if Trump gets impeached and removed, then it comes down to
impeached and removed.
Right.
He's going to automatically become the president.
And that's what I'm saying.
But
if it comes down to him having to make that last vote to determine that,
but
unlike Pence, bruh, he's not going to do it. Pence was like, I can't make that decision. Yo, JD Vance gonna be like, yo, man, he out. I'm the president. What about you? Would you take that opportunity?
Well, yeah, if I was in that position, sure.
But
I just want to ask this really quick question, right? Okay. Like, I heard y'all talking about fear.
Fear, yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Like, like fear equals control.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say? It can be control. Fear can be controlled.
People are running to politics and everything like that. Because of all the fear that's out here, they're getting closer to. Some people probably get closer to their religion and everything like that because of fear. You know what I'm saying? Fear is a great motivator. I hate to say it, but it's
also a great paralyzer as well.
Yeah. So
but go ahead.
While these Republicans got you in a state of fear, you understand what I'm saying? This is a state of control. This is a form. A form of control.
Right.
Yes, because you have to keep running to them for them to save you, and it's not going to happen.
Right, because they're trying to. What you're saying is they're trying to direct the narrative.
Right.
Control
through
the story,
fear.
Through fear, and a lot of people are paying attention to that. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
People are waking up. That's what I mean by that.
Yeah.
People are waking up. They're seeing.
Are they not being afraid? Are they waking up out of fear? But anyway, if they do wake up out of fear, that's a good thing too. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Because fear is a great motivator.
See, that's what he. See, that's what he used to get into office.
That's he used that.
Yes.
And
it worked.
Politics wouldn't work without fear.
And
I hate to say it, but religion is the same thing.
It worked for him,
but I'm not talking about you guys.
Now it works against him. You see. So, like you said, if you know how to control it, it can be a powerful tool, a powerful weapon.
Yeah,
And in the hands of the American people, it can be devastating. And the protests are hurting him.
Yeah.
And the fact that through all of this, guess what people are still calling for?
What's that?
The Epstein files.
Through all of this.
All of this.
Still.
I thought that the Kirk assassination or target or sacrifice would change the direction of the narrative.
I ain't gonna stop.
Nah, man.
You got some MAGA people who
they will not, bro. They like a pit bull. They will not let it go.
You got some MAGAs who want
those MAGAs who are turning away from Trump. Want him to release the file. And with all of this,
what are they going to benefit from them releasing the file? Where are they trying to go with this? They just want to know. They want to know.
They want to know.
They want to know.
They want to know what he did.
Because
why? So they could leave him alone. If you're calling for it like that, right? Then you have some belief in it. You already have some belief in it, right?
Right.
So what you don't need, I don't need to see the books.
You don't need to see the books.
We know he was involved.
But they want to know to what degree was he involved.
I heard it was a whole lot. I heard he was in there.
I heard
he was camping out.
I heard a lot of stuff.
He said camping out.
Yeah, I heard he said camping out pretty much.
But what I'm saying is, all right, so they used this against the Democrats, the Epstein file. They used this
early on.
Early on, they used it against the Democrats. So when that come out, when it comes out, how much Trump was involved and they voted for this guy. They want to know.
Now Trump's
trying to control it.
He's trying to control
the information.
Yeah, now he's trying to call it a hoax. Like I didn't know him that well.
They had pictures of him, but they was buddies. It looked like it was buddies.
Man, they was best friends.
People, let me tell you about my best friend.
Best friends, man. But he trying to deny all that.
Yeah. Well, he's trying to control the new. You know what I'm saying? That's what politicians do. They try to control. I wouldn't be surprised if something else crazy happens right now to get you off of that. You know what I'm saying? And direct you to somewhere else.
I don't.
That's what they do.
I think
it doesn't have to be real. It doesn't have to really even happen.
They want to see if they got do.
That's C. Rob. I was where you're at right now, thinking like that. I thought that with all of this stuff happening now, that demand for the Epstein files would go away. It would die down. The narrative would shift.
Right.
It is not.
It hasn't. That's
it
crazy.
Is not shifting. That's and what crazy. I'm realizing that the Lord put on my spirit to understand is that call these former MAGA Republicans, whatever you want to call them. Say they're not true Christians, all that you want to say they're not true Christians. But one thing cannot be denied. These people take their children serious.
Yeah.
Just like you and I.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we don't play with kids in their lives.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
And these people stand on that. So they are demanding for the information to be released because this is the dude, like you just said, that they supported.
Mm-hmm.
They voted for 1, 2, 3 times. And each time they were going by the idea he was a perfect man, so to speak, as human form, and that he didn't have anything to do with that. And then when it came out that his name was in it, then they try to say, oh, okay, well, he was on a flight, but he never went to the island. Right? Right?
Dropped them off somewhere else.
So what happened now is all of this stuff is starting to be refuted. And when you have all of this confusion about who did what, when, where, with who, that creates for some people who have a certain mentality, they got that tunnel vision, like they don't hear nothing else, they don't see nothing else. I want to solve this riddle right here. This is where we are. And this is what Trump is not understanding about his former supporters who are demanding for him to release these files. They're not letting it go.
Nah, they ain't
because they put
no matter what comes up, huh?
No matter what comes up, because they put their family in line with his rhetoric. You see? And they hold themselves accountable to what they were teaching their kids about this president. You see? And they want to be able to, say, hey, listen, they already made the decision to leave supporting him. They just want to know what he did.
Yeah, they ain't going away.
What exactly was his activities in this Epstein sex trafficking ring?
Yeah,
it could kind of be graphic though if you really find out what's really going on there.
I agree.
I to me personally, I would just leave it alone and just say, yeah, well, he was there, bang, that's it.
Nah,
done deal.
They want to know.
Get very
just for all the reasons he just said. Just for all the reasons he just said.
But do you really want to know?
They really want to know.
Really want to know, bro.
If they still clamoring after all this is happening, they really want to know.
Exactly. After all of this, there's nothing.
I understand what you're saying, though.
That can take their mind off of this. Even if Trump gets voted out and impeached and removed, right? Gets impeached and removed.
Which
they're still going to want to know. Right? Because you know what? Here's just my thinking. I think they really want to know because once they make that determination, they hear all the evidence for themselves. They're going to make a determination of what to do. They're going to take this into their own hands because these are people that don't have a problem with putting pen to paper to tell their congressmen what they feel should be done. They don't have a problem with showing up at the town halls. You see how the former MAGA in the Republican town halls, they letting them have it.
Yeah, they're tripping in the town hall.
They letting them have it. So they don't have a problem with getting, their voice out there to be heard by their representatives. And if they find out that what has been alleged about Trump and his involvement is true, they might end up going to get Trump. They might end up going to get Trump.
What do you mean go get him? Going to get him?
Like hogtied.
Yeah. Like they'd be mad enough to do what they did to the Capitol. Go in there and just bust in there and get him.
Go in there and get him. And I don't put it past them because
get that man at the White House right now.
That's why you're starting to see the Republican base now that's following Trump, the people that's on Trump's side in Congress, kind of like shifting their tone now. Like, oh, let's tone down the violence. Let's move away from the violence. We need to work together.
Although when those
they're still trying to put it on Democrats.
But although when those people were down in California and they were protesting, and he sent the Marines and
How you think
he's just saying that he just did that, so you would be scared. Basically, you know what I'm saying? He just wants people to be scared.
Another reason why I think he's doing that.
Come on, man! You send the National Guard and the Marines on your own people. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's a sign. That's
and that didn't play out like he thought it would.
No,
he thought they was gonna come in there and it's gonna be immediate calm and peace. No, it was already calm and peace before he sent them in.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But
And
I
then
heard
when they
these
sent
people
them
were
in,
getting a little violent.
They were getting a little rowdy.
Yeah, I heard that.
But that's because the cops was like, trying to get real tough and
Mhm.
got more. You outnumbered.
Mhm.
You follow what I'm saying? So he
Mhm,
sent the
mhm.
National Guard in, and then it really got heated. And he talked about sending them into Chicago, which he did. But look at where he sent them in Chicago.
It wasn't in Chicago.
It was
outskirts.
it was the outskirts,
It wasn't in
right?
Chicago.
It wasn't in the heart of Chicago. Come
Okay.
on, man. Yeah,
But at the same time,
Them boys got
He got
guns
a lot
just
of
like the
pushback.
military, probably.
he got a lot of pushback because
mhm,
the law specifies if the governor wants this assistance,
mhm.
if he want the aid of the National Guard, he can call for it.
Right.
But if you don't want it, you can't throw them in there.
Yeah.
That's against the law. How you gonna throw some National Guard, give federal presence where it's not needed?
And I think to answer that question,
unless it's
is
like a riot or something.
his
maybe.
mentality and his attitude about the office, and this is what people have been saying from January 20th to today. Because Trump said this. He said, I'm the president of the United States. I can do whatever I want to do.
That's what
Yeah.
he's showing.
Yeah.
No, you cannot.
Well,
Yeah.
so
See,
far,
that's his
he's
whole
been doing pretty
disregard
good.
of the.
And listen, the people of America is taking back the country from him. I mean, you know what's going to happen, man? Because the Supreme Court did this. They messed this up.
Oh yeah,
You know how in Brazil, I think it is, you got this Brazil shirt. In Brazil, right?
yeah,
They just,
I just love the women,
the former
to be honest.
president, right?
yeah. He did some of this stuff.
He did what Trump did.
Yeah,
Insurrection.
yeah,
They threw that guy in jail
yeah,
for the rest of his life. He's supposed to be in jail for the rest of his life.
yeah.
Hmm.
He just got convicted this week. Yeah.
And Trump is on that same path. 2026, if the Republicans don't get the House or the Senate, if they don't win both chambers,
Mhm.
if they can't help Trump, he's going to be impeached and
But
removed.
my thing is,
And then they're going to find him guilty.
Trump should have been locked up a long time ago
Yeah, true.
because the
True.
Supreme Court didn't do what the Brazilians did.
But wait,
Yeah, that's
wait,
true.
wait,
He should have been
Wait.
locked up in that insurrection from January 6th. All that,
Yeah.
he should have been locked up.
And
But wait,
Trump
wait,
said
wait,
they tried to do that to me, but we stopped it.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there asking myself the question. I'm like,
Who's we?
who's we?
Yeah, he got people.
No, I'm serious, man.
probably-
who's we? Can y'all tell me who the we is?
Supreme Court.
Him and his people. I
That's the
guess.
Supreme Court. Because the
But
Supreme
wait,
Court put
wait,
all
wait.
that.
Remember
he
he
got
was saying he
remember-
was a
wait, hold,
felon,
hold, hold.
right?
Remember, he got that law passed with the Supreme Court that presidents cannot be convicted or go to jail.
Mhm.
He got that passed.
Right.
Presidents and former
Can't.
presidents.
You said can't, right?
They can't. They can't.
So he's not even supposed to be in there
That's what I'm
because
saying.
he's a
This
felon.
is
right?
after he.
He's a felon. He's
Yeah,
not even
but
supposed
this-
to.
Did he do any time for the felonies?
But-
So what was his punishment for the felonies? You get to be president?
Which is crazy.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
So he didn't do a day for the felonies.
No.
That lets you know that there's
And then
something
they
wrong
still
with Congress.
voted
There's
him
something
in.
wrong with the
Exactly.
American people.
That's what I'm
There's
saying.
something wrong.
They're looking for a
There-
savior, but I don't think this is the guy.
The only savior there is Christ, Jesus. Thank
That's
you, Lord.
it.
And I'm gonna tell you this right here. I gotta say this. We gotta talk about this.
Go on, run it.
Yeah, you better have
The American public,
Is it almost over?
Yeah.
the American public. Now that they're waking up, we still got a few, sleepers.
Sleepwalkers.
Yeah, sleepwalkers. Thank you. But the majority of American people are waking up. My question is, in 2028, there's another presidential election. J.D. Vance might be the president. He might have this thing turning around. I don't think he's going to have any choice but to undo some of the things that Trump has done. What do you think?
Who?
If Trump is removed in 2026, if
2026.
J.D. Vance takes over,
You're talking on ifs.
right? I'm talking hypothetical. He's going to have to undo some of the stuff that Trump has done.
Mhm.
What do you think about that?
I don't think politics could ever be the same ever again. After this guy, I really don't think. I mean, I don't see how they're gonna get it back to something of respectability. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
all right.
I mean, I can't see. I mean, Trump just took this country in a whole another direction, and they followed him. You know what I'm saying? Thinking that he was and they crashing. Yeah, sure.
But my thing is, I think it can be,
I
but
hope
you're gonna
so.
have to get somebody in there who's willing to do the work. Because I'm telling you, because after Trump's first term, Biden had to correct a lot of stuff. Foreign relations, economy. He had to do a lot of stuff, and he was willing to do the work. And everything was probably would have fell through this term if he'd have won, or we'd have got him in there. A lot of stuff would have come to pass of him actually seeing the results of his work during the first 4 years. We probably would have saw it, but we can't say now because Trump in there. Trump got back in there. My thing is, Trump messed this country up. You're right. He messed it up so bad where I mean, like people, NATO questioning us. Our allies in Europe is questioning us now. I'm like, yo, it's getting crazy.
It's worldwide.
It's worldwide. It's worldwide because he's doing stuff spitefully because he don't like that. Like Brazil, they got tariffs, like 50% tariffs.
Okay.
Because of what they did to that president. Do that look like a president?
Then Trump put tariffs on them at that number because he liked their former president, and so he's trying to punish the country for what they did.
Exactly.
Wow,
this is going to be a movie one day.
This is what I'm trying to say.
This is ridiculous.
This is what I'm trying to say.
This is going to be a television series.
This is what I'm trying to say.
Like Quentin Tarantino or Jordan Peele.
This is what I'm trying to say. We got a leader that don't care. We got a leader that's not leading like he should.
Leadership.
This is what I'm talking about.
Amen.
And then we got to look at ourselves because Jokers put him in there. I know I didn't vote for him.
That's what I'm saying. Accountability for the individual voter.
Yep. You got to be
and
accountable.
That goes for the people that didn't vote.
Yep.
Because if you didn't vote, you were complicit in this mess.
Yep. Because your vote could have went for whoever we should have got in there.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. I thought this was all Big One Theater, so I didn't take part in this. I'm sorry.
You ain't the only one. A lot of black people said this one out.
Yeah. And that's what hurts. And I think that's what hurts.
We got hit with that DEI.
Yeah.
I bet you won't sit this out again.
Yeah. Because he went right to work on these government agencies when they got in there.
Some of these government agencies needed
but you don't do it
to change.
All right. You call for change. There's a process.
I can agree to that.
To investigate to change. You just don't go in there and start firing people saying, I don't need you. Get out of here. But who's going to do the work for the people in the meantime?
You're right. But I wanted to ask this question, right? Because this baffled me, right? They said that Donald Trump went into the Federal Reserve Bank and tried to fire this one woman, right? A black woman. You know what I'm talking about?
I know you're talking about.
They tried to fire this black woman, and the black woman said, Donald Trump doesn't have the power to fire me.
Yep.
Yes.
So what? Are we not over the Federal Reserve Bank? Is that still owned by a private bank?
It's Congress.
It's Congress.
Who owns the Federal Reserve Bank? How can she say you don't have the power to fire me?
It's a government. It's a government official agency.
So why doesn't he have the power to fire her?
Because he's not totally the government. He don't govern by himself.
Right. He had there's checks and balances to this thing.
Yeah, that's it.
Like the president, he can't make up a law and pass it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. He can't do that.
So he's not supposed to be able to do it. Yeah. Unless, but if there is a way you can do
what was Doge? What was Doge?
That's something he made up.
That's something he made up and they did on their own.
Yeah. And all those people that got fired, a lot of those people got their jobs back.
Was that right?
Yeah, because they went to court.
Okay.
Let me tell you something, America.
It's good money.
This is the most.
You got to.
This is the most sued administration in the history of America. Chew on that and ponder.
That's a fact.
Because he has
chew on
no
that.
respect.
Should tell you all you need to know about bad leadership.
Yeah, because he has no respect for democracy.
And what about this dude, Kash Patel, man?
It's not democracy anyway.
What is this guy talking
It's
about?
supposed to be, but it's not.
But that's because he ain't doing what he's supposed to do in democracy.
I agree.
Did y'all hear Kash Patel? I'll see you in Valhalla. What are you talking about?
He said that. Who said
that? Kash Patel.
He did Valhalla?
Yeah, I'll see you in Valhalla. What are you talking about, Valhalla? This ain't no Marvel movie.
I know, yeah.
This ain't no Thor comic book. What are you
That's
talking
the way
about?
it's playing out, though. It's playing out like like some kind of crazy,
The disrespect,
Well,
the disrespect
Okay,
is
okay.
obvious, and it's got to stop, man.
Yeah, dude.
Because you're talking about changing the narrative, and we all got to get along. This is the job of the president. He should have been doing that from day one. And you see these people that's saying it now because they're scared. Like you said, they're fearful.
Mhm.
Why? Because that chicken that they kicked out the coop
It's coming
is
back
coming
home.
home to roost, right?
Yeah.
And this, listen, nothing for nothing leaves nothing, right?
Nothing for nothing.
Nothing from nothing leaves nothing, right? So when you,
Oh, Billy Preston. Yeah.
yes, sir, Billy Preston. When you start to realize that their attempts to change the narrative has to be complete, they got to accept their responsibility. They got to be honest about their part in this mess. And they got to stop trying to shift it onto the Democrats and say they started it. They didn't start it. You know where it began. You know who started it. And you got to be willing to call them out on their nonsense and shut it down. News reporters got to get back to reporting the truth. And even if it's not the truth as you would like it to be, report the facts of it. You understand what I'm saying?
That's good money.
So on that note, I just want to close out with this. We talked about violence, political violence. I just stressed to the American people today to know and acknowledge that this has been worse than any other time in history.
Modern day history.
Yeah, modern day history because
Back in the days of slavery, it was
yeah, modern day history. But my
Jim
thing
Crow
is,
was
we all have to be mindful of what we do.
Amen.
In the politics of this country
Mhm.
it was built on debates, the right to prove your point
Mhm.
without putting my hands on the next guy.
Mhm.
We could talk it out. We could come to a resolution without picking up arms and taking somebody out. And I think that's the Christian way too. I mean, God don't promote violence. So as we come to think about this, we need to be more loving and have humility for the next man. Even though we may not agree with some of the stuff he's saying or some of the stuff he's doing, he's still a man, a man of God too. So I just tell American people to remember that in times of controversy or times of debates or whatever, he's still a man.
Mhm.
And we know who our savior is, our true savior is, and our God, our Father. So as we lead today, I want to lead y'all with that.
And let me leave him with this as well. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. You can say your
Going
scripture.
over.
I know you got
Brother said
scripture.
1 minute.
That's
As
all right.
believers in Christ, we have a responsibility to ourselves, our families, and each other. But we must always keep in mind this one thing. 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 10 says, "For we all must appear before the judgment seat of Christ, so that each one," that means every single person, "may receive what is due," that is what is coming, "for what he has done in the body." That means this physical body now, whether it is good or evil, whether we're right or wrong, we got to give an account for it before the Lord. Think about that and be honest about what you do.
Amen.
Go ahead,
Get that
brother.
fear out your heart.
Amen. So if you like the content that we have, please subscribe, comment on what we do. We'll get back to you. Until then, let's open up forum. It's Ron McConaughey, Rob Little Lion, and our boy Wendell. Never
Wendell.
fails. We out. Open up forum. We out.
Peace.
Peace.
Wendell got the Gator Light 0.
I know we went over a little bit.